So life has changed, at least for a little while. We're quarantined to our homes, there's nowhere to go, not much to do. You can either waste this time lounging around watching TV and eating all day, or you can use it to take your life to the next level. In this video, I'm gonna show you how. Hey guys, it's Vani from Mrs. Mom's Homeschool and welcome to my channel. I make videos on homeschooling, day in the life, and motherhood. And sometimes you'll spot some videos like this one. If you like this content, please give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and check out my playlist for more. Today I'm going to talk about how to make the most of your time in quarantine by giving you some tips. The first tip I want to give you is to think about your life. You have a lot of time right now to really think about where you're headed in life. Are you in a place that you want to be in your career, in your family, in your marriage, with your children, with your friends? Taking this time out has made me realize all the opportunities that I have missed to spend time with family and friends because I was too busy. And now I'm wishing that I had that time back with those people, and I really pray that things can go back to normal so I can make up all that time. This is a perfect time to evaluate your life and the things that you've done or want to do. Do you have goals and dreams that you want to achieve? This is the perfect time to do those things. Reevaluate your life, where it's headed, and if you're not on the right track, you have plenty of time to reroute and think about your next step and your next move. Second thing that you might want to think about are your finances. Being that this quarantine hit, were you able to save enough money to survive if you weren't able to go back to work for another 2 months? This is a perfect time for us to think about our finances, how we've spent and how we've saved. And do we have an emergency fund? Are we ready to handle any future challenges if we have to be quarantined and more businesses shut down or we're not able to go back to work? It's the time to start establishing better habits financially for your future. A third way to make the most out of this quarantine is to have a quarantine routine. In the beginning of this quarantine, my kids and I were waking up when we wanted to. We were going to sleep super late. If we did school, we just did as much, we kind of just did whatever, and schedules were all over the place. We'd wake up at lunchtime, skip breakfast, and then have dinner late, and it was just like chaos. And so we decided to go back to a routine, but not the same routine. Make sure you still have a bedtime and a wake up routine. It doesn't have to be the same, but make sure you do stick to some sort of routine. It's also important to keep kids on a routine because when this is all over, some kids have to go back to public school, and if you're homeschooling, your kids still have to wake up to go to school, maybe co-ops, and you have different things going on. So also want to set routines for eating and family time and things like that. So we have a routine. Now we wake up at a certain time. We do school from one time to the next, and then we have a set time for screen time, and then after that we have dinner and family time. So we have a designated time to do something, all 5 of us as a family, and the kids have time in between all those hours to play together, or my tweenager to hang out in her room and talk on the phone with her friends. And then at nighttime we have our bedtime routine. This has helped me to feel more control in a time where I feel like everything is out of my control. Another way to make the most out of this time is to make time to listen to God and spend time with God and meditate and pray and read your word. And if you're a Christian, this is the time to develop that relationship with Him, because normally we're too busy with everything else going on in our lives and we kind of tend to push God out of the picture. But this is the perfect time to place Him back into the picture and put Him first and make more time for Him, and hopefully that routine will carry on once your normal life is back in order. My last tip for making the most out of this quarantine is to set some quarantine goals. As of right now, we are quarantined until the end of April. Is there a certain book you want to read by the end of April, or a certain amount of books depending on how quick of a reader you are? Do you want to declutter your house? Do you have any house projects you want to do? Do you have any hobbies that you want to work on? Is there like a scrapbook project you want to finish, or something you're sewing or knitting that needs to be completed? This is the perfect time to set some short-term goals to be completed at the end of the quarantine. For example, my short-term goal is to set a wake-up routine every morning. This is something I struggle with. I talked about it in a lot of my videos. to be consistent with waking up early and having my set morning routine every single day. So my goal is to have that set and established by the end of the quarantine. I also have a goal to finish another book. I'm also trying to make sure I'm creating bonds with every member of the household and getting some things in order in my home and in my homeschool. What are your quarantine goals? Make sure you guys set some, because it makes every day worth getting up. You have something to look forward to because you have something to work on. It can get kind of mundane when every day is the same and you wake up and there's nothing, you feel like there's nothing to look forward to because every day is the same, you're just doing the same thing. But having some goals really helps with that feeling and that boredom or that feeling of helplessness or any negative feelings that you guys may be experiencing at this time. I hope that you guys found this useful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to share it with anyone else. I'd love if you subscribe to our channel, and thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.